Hey, what's up? Today I'm going camping to a place called Chilliwack Lake. I'm going to drive there. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. You walk in, and the place we're going to backpack to is about 1.5 kilometers. I forget what the name of it is actually. I have the map right here. But yeah, we're going to walk in, camp, and if that place is busy, there's a second place that we can go that's sort of a little further. Okay, so Lindeman Lake is the first one. And if that's busy, we'll go to this Green Drop Lake. So I'm pretty excited to be going, and I've got my backpacking stuff all laid out here, and I'm about to pack it up. So I just wanted to do a quick video and show what I've got. So obviously the first thing is a map, and whenever you're going into the backcountry, you should always know where you're going more or less, and also leave the directions with somebody else that you trust and when you're going to be back. So if something happens, somebody is actually expecting you back, and they can call for help or something like that if you don't make it back at the time you said you would. So that's the first thing. So here's stuff that I'm going to put in my pocket. I'm going to go lightweight this time, so I'm bringing the SOG Flash 1. That's pretty much as light as you can get for a knife. I've got the 4.7s Pre-On 2, that's going to be my flashlight. And I have some extra batteries in the pack because on high this one runs out of batteries pretty fast. So that's my sort of pocket stuff. I haven't packed it up yet, but I will have it on me. Okay, so this is going to be no particular order. Bear spray. I think this is good to have if you're headed away from a place where people will be. So it's a big canister. I think this thing will shoot for like 8 seconds or something like that in total. So yeah, bear spray with the holster, so that's good. You can carry it on your person if you need to. Flip-flops. I brought these last time actually that I went backpacking, and although these are not the lightest flip-flops in the world, they are flat and they pack nicely, and it's really nice whenever you get to where you're going to be able to get out of your hiking boots, because your feet will be just ready for a break, honestly, after you walk a distance with a heavy pack on. So flip-flops, those are awesome. Plus I plan to go swimming where I am, so that will be useful too. On the subject of boots, here's my hiking boots. They're made by Merrell, and they're Gore-Tex. I can't remember exactly what the model is, but they're sort of a mid-level hiking boot. Not super heavy like mountaineering stuff, but they are very good, and they got the Vibram soles on them. No complaints, these have treated me well so far. But like I said, at the end of the hiking day, you want to get out of those boots for sure and into something a little bit more comfortable. Okay, so this bag is sort of my kind of random things, mostly food, honestly. So I'll just kind of pull the stuff out and show you what I got. I got the Mountain House rice and chicken. I've actually never eaten a Mountain House thing before. I've had, similar things at home. But this is going to be a first, so I'm taking this with me. I'm going to give it a try. I've heard good things about this, that company, and also just that particular flavor. Okay, as a backup plan, I've got a Mr. Noodles here in case that absolutely sucks. I can always make this, and I know I like that, so that's good. And it's not a lot of weight. If I don't eat it for dinner, I'll have it for lunch the next day, or I'll just bring it home. It's so light, it doesn't even matter really. Okay, so like I said, this bag is kind of random things. So in here we've got the my little plastic mug here, and inside I've got some hot chocolate, some green tea, some black tea, and then also this little Crystal Light flavor thing for the water. I just find that drinking plain water gets a little boring sometimes, so it's good to have something else, I guess. Okay, earplugs. If I can give you one secret to sleeping good in the outdoors, obviously having a good air mattress and a good tent and a pillow and stuff helps, but earplugs, they really help. I wear those in the city too, honestly, especially if there's anything going on around you. This really helps you kind of muffle that noise, and you won't be hearing every little creak and bump in the night, and you will sleep better for sure. Okay, I'm bringing my Amazon Kindle. I got some books on here, and I actually have some Spanish textbooks on there, so I got some paper in here as well. So I can just, do some exercises or whatever if I'm chilling out. I got a plastic bag here. Plastic bags are pretty self-explanatory. What else do I got? Got some 550 cord in here, just wadded up. There's probably only 20 feet or something here. But in case we need to tie up our food in the tree, if there's no box to protect it from the animals, I got some cordage here. I got a little bit more cordage elsewhere, but yeah, I just threw that in. First aid kit. I made this myself, and it's got some good capabilities in there. I've got some iodine, some medication, a lighter, water purification tablets. So it's kind of going all over the place. But I got bandages, Q-tips, you know, lots of good stuff in there. So I think it's important sometimes, like if you really do a lot of stuff outdoors and you care about, you know, your well-being and stuff, it's good to put some serious thought into like your first aid kit and not just use one of those store-bought ones. So this is sort of, I used things that were in a store-bought one and then I modified it and added stuff to it. So that's my first aid. And that is the bag that everything came in. It's just a military surplus bag that I bought, I think in Seattle or Portland, I don't remember now, but you guys in the States have some awesome military surplus stores. We're really lacking in those up here in Canada. Okay, so water. So I've got like, I guess 3 different, or no, maybe 4 different ways to purify water. I have the chlorine tablets, I have iodine, I have well, I don't have a stove, but my friend is bringing the stove and I've got the pot, so we can boil it. And also I've got the Katadyn Hiker Pro filter. I've never actually used this. This is going to be my first trip using it, and maybe I'll make a video about that as well. But this is a good filter. You know, it's got really good reviews and stuff, and the instructions are in there. So I'll figure it out when I'm there, but it should be pretty easy to use. So it's always good to have like all these different ways to light fires, to filter water, like backup plans, you know. Okay, so here is my pot, and normally I have my stove with me, and I'll grab that right now just to show you. Normally what I bring is the Msr Pocket Rocket with one of these fuel canisters. The fuel canister actually fits right inside the pot, so that's super easy to pack up, and normally everything goes right in that bag. But like I said, my friend and I made an agreement to like cut a little bit of weight, so he's going to bring the stove and the fuel, I'm going to bring the water filter, and then everybody's happy. We carry a little bit less stuff. So let me just open this bag and I'll show you what I got in here. Like I said, it normally contains the stove, but today it's a little modified. So I've got granola bar, I got 2 packets of oatmeal, that's going to be my breakfast, with a little bit of dish soap here. I've got my pot with a lid, I'll talk about that in a second. I've got a knife and fork here, like a plastic but heavy duty kind of thing, so those are really good. The bag that it comes in is just amazing actually. You can see everything, lots of space, so it's great. So the pot, like I said, it's a backpacking pot, so it's got that handle that folds out. The lid is actually a frying pan, which is pretty small, but you could probably fry something in there. I don't know what exactly. It seems like it's the perfect size for like a hamburger, you know, like that would fit pretty much ideally in there. I'm not bringing any hamburgers unfortunately, but okay, so I've got some dried fruits here, cranberries and some like apple chips. I think the cranberries might go inside the oatmeal in the morning, that's the plan anyways, but I tend to snack on things at night, so those may be gone before the morning. I've got like a fruit cup thing here. These are, I think, mandarin oranges or something like that. And in the bottom here I've got a peanut butter sandwich, not smashed because it's protected in the pot. Excellent. And I've got a cloth here to wash the dishes with the soap. So that all kind of packs up into its own kit. Excuse me. Okay, so now this thing, you may have seen, like, I have another review on this container, and this has been modified. This is my EDC kit, but I've modified it for backpacking and thrown some extra stuff in there. So what have we got in here today? I have my fire making kit. I have another video on this. If you're really interested, you can dig into that deeper, but it's got a bunch of different ways to start fire, and it's got some tinder in there. I don't anticipate fire making today because we're camping in the backcountry. Fires are not permitted there. However, I think it's good to have the capability just in case it's like an emergency situation or something like that. So I do have fire making capability. Got some bug spray. I forgot this on my last trip, but this time I did not forget. I've got the camera in here, just a still camera. I'm going to bring my HD camera as well, but this has probably better battery life and it takes better photos, and it's got the capability to do a little bit of video just in case the HD runs out. I've got a Mora knife. Normally I would bring like a larger fixed blade with me, but like I said, this trip no woodworking is anticipated, so I'm going to bring just this as a fixed blade. And I think this is more than capable of doing a lot of things that a larger knife would do. So it's a good choice. I've got a Swiss Army knife here. This is the Spartan. So it's got a can opener, you know, little knife, big knife, screwdriver, you know, bottle opener, corkscrew, and then the punch thing. I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's always good to bring either a multi-tool or a Swiss Army knife. I personally like Swiss Army knives better for backpacking because they're lighter. Okay, what else? Oh, hello, I have another Swiss Army knife. Okay, it's a good thing I made this video so I can lighten the load a little bit. Here's those extra batteries I talked about for the flashlight. Okay, now let's dig into the pouch here. I got some hand sanitizer, super important for the backcountry. I do have soap with me, but you know, this is effective as well. I've got this sweet, you know, multi-functional camping device, I guess. It's got a thermometer, it's got a whistle, compass, and there is a folding magnifying glass in there that's quite difficult to get out. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but yeah, it's got a folding magnifying glass, so you have the capability to create a fire by sunlight. So that's pretty sweet, that in that little tiny package you've got all those capabilities. I bought this mostly for the thermostat, and hopefully it's going to be pretty warm tonight, so it's not going to matter, but yeah. I got a little bit of paper in here, and I also have a pen, I believe. Yeah, I got a paper and a pen. I should put those together. Got another lighter, just redundancy. I've got a lighter in the first aid. I've got it in here and also in the fire kit. Lots of lighters. I got some more cordage here, like I was saying, probably another 20 feet, more or less. Okay, got lots of TP in here. That's pretty important. Take out the cardboard, it gets a little bit lighter. I also have some tissues and some alcohol swabs in there in a nice Ziploc bag, so hopefully they stay dry no matter what. I got a bandana in here, another bandana. That's just part of the kit. It kind of stays in there. It doesn't weigh anything. And I have my Altoids tin, which is more of an urban thing. I've got this in more depth in a video, but some medicine, some duct tape, a lighter. Oh, another lighter. What do you know? And some money in there. I just got some cash, so that's good too. Alright, so that is, okay, pretty much everything except the sleeping system, with the exception of two items. I got my Nalgene jar, and I got some Gatorade in here this morning. I'm just going to fill that up before I go, and so it tastes like something. You know, it's 1 liter. I think this is the only water bottle I'm going to bring. I don't know. Sometimes I've brought 2 of these, so that one water is like filtering and the other one is drinkable, so you kind of rotate them. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might change my mind and bring a second Nalgene, but for now it's just the one. Okay, and I also have a day pack. This is probably about 15 liters or 18 liters or something like that, but you can actually fit a lot of stuff in here. But the reason I'm bringing this is because whenever I get to my destination, I anticipate probably going around and doing a little bit of hiking from there, or exploring, you know, to a small degree. And this is great because you can put your water bottle, you know, your camera, whatever, like all the stuff that you want to take with you on that little hike, you can put in here, and this weighs nothing. It folds up into, like, you know, a nice small little package, so it's good to have. Like, I don't want to carry that huge pack around with me when I'm doing stuff. Okay, so now I have a compression sack, and I'm not going to open this because that's going to be a pain in the butt. But I have a down sleeping bag in there that's rated to about 5 Celsius. It's not like a 4-season sleeping bag for sure, but it's pretty warm. Also in the top there, I've got like a sort of my sleeping clothes. I've got like some long Adidas pants to wear, and like sort of a thermal polyester shirt, some extra socks, you know, like a toque to wear at night. I find that I sleep pretty cold in the outdoors. It's always colder than I think it will be. So I like to bring layers, and I like to, you know, layer up at nighttime, and I sleep nice and warm and nice and cozy. Okay, so over here we've got the Thermarest. I'm not going to take this out either because it's difficult to pack back up. But I got the Thermarest Trail Light, I think it's called, and I cannot recommend this enough. I sleep like a baby when I'm on this in the outdoors. I've slept on it a few times at home just to test it. And I took it with me on my last trip, and it was outstanding. The best night I've ever spent in the outdoors. So this stuff is definitely worth the money. You know, I got it on sale, so I got a good deal, but I would still buy it at the regular price, which incidentally I think is around $70 or $80, but it is what it is. Here I've got the backpacking pillow, and that's sort of a similar technology to the Thermarest, but with these two things combined, I slept so amazing. that it's totally worth the space and the weight to bring these things. You know, what's the point in going all the way out into the outdoors if we can't sleep comfortably? Okay, so here I've got my tent. This is called the Camper 2 from Mountain Equipment Co-op. You know, it's a very, I'll show you the little picture here. I don't know if that will help or not, but you can see the picture of the tent on the bag there, so that's what it looks like. It's a 2-person tent. I think it weighs around 5 pounds. It's not the lightest tent in the world, but it's not the heaviest either, so it's been really good in my experience. I've done a few trips with it now. Super happy. Cost about 150 bucks plus tax. Totally worth it. Alright, and now the last thing is the pack. This is from Mountain Equipment Co-op. It's an internal frame pack. I think this is about 65 or 75 liters. I can't recall now which it is, and it doesn't say. It's probably 2 or 3 years old, I think. I've taken it on a bunch of camping trips. I've also gone, you know, to Mexico with this and done like an extended trip for probably 3 weeks on the road with it. It was just outstanding. You can fit everything that you would conceivably want to carry in here. I can't never imagine myself getting a bigger pack than this, because when I pack this full, it's heavy. So I can't really see myself wanting to carry anything bigger or heavier. Yeah, so it's really good, and it's got you know, some padding on the back there. You know, you can adjust it pretty much any way you want to slice it. You can adjust the straps, you know. It's got something going across the middle here for your chest. You know, it's got these padded things for your hips. So you just got to find that balance, make it comfy, and, you know, just do your walking. Okay, so I'm going to shut off the video now and pack this up and show you what it looks like when it's fully packed. Hey guys, so the backpack is all packed up and ready to go, pretty much. I just weighed myself on the scale and the pack extra. The pack's about 30 pounds as is. I still have to add in the camera and my small tripod. I still have to put on the hiking boots, but other than that, it's pretty much good to go. So I think that's a very reasonable weight. You know, like I said, I kind of cut weight this time by not bringing a larger survival knife. You know, I'm not making fires. I'm only going for one night, so I'm not bringing a lot of food with me. I'm carrying a liter of water. I think that does add a little bit of pounds for sure. Probably, I think, I want to say 2 pounds, but I might be wrong on that. So yeah, it's pretty nice and trim and fit. So that's awesome. You know, it's like you want to go as light as you can while still having the capabilities to enjoy yourself out there. So wish me luck on my trip. I think it's going to be a great time. And yeah, that's my backpacking kit. I hope somebody out there found it useful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.